Alright, let me see if this is working. We are live on YouTube. Just been having some serious issues getting this to actually work. Give me a second. Gotta work through the cracks, right? Alright, I'm gonna start doing some YouTube lives, but just with deck builds, really. Alright, audio sounds good. So yeah, this is gonna be with Dr. Strange, and like we all know, I just do Midnight Suns on Ultimate 2 or 3 or higher, if they ever go higher than that, but when I do the builds, it's basically on Transia Missions. So these Transia Missions are scaled to like level 40. As you can see with Magic, it says 25, but it's in red, because the cap right now is at like level 25. But when you go over to these ones, America Southwest or New York, and you click a mission, the 25 is not redded out, so it's basically at cap. So when I say endgame builds, I'm mostly talking about Transia. Just to get you guys to know that. And as well, I'll be putting timestamps below because I'm definitely going to be stumbling a lot while I get this thing fixed and worked out. Alright, so we're going to go with heroes. We're going to do Dr. Strange. I'll start with his profile. Like, see, I've done him. Been with him for a couple missions. Hold on. My mic is picking up everything. Yeah, I did a couple missions with him. A lot, actually. So it basically between him and my hunter is like, I just need those two. The third character doesn't really matter because they could carry. If your champion level is above 100 for at least two heroes, you should be able to do Transia, no problem. So on his strengths, it says he generates heroism, support allies, and flexible abilities. If you go to, I think, Shore More, it still gives you like a little bit more detail, but one thing to notice would be Dr. Strange is a flexible support hero. So the more heroism he generates, the more powerful he becomes, and that's one thing you have to take note. When it comes to his stats as well, as you can see, my health's at 13k, offense at 264. All my stats are capped out. With Fortitude, when a mission starts, I'm pushing close to 2k health. That's going to be needed for Transia. And also another good stats would be Resilience, just for the survivability. And over onto my deck. Just to point out, I do not have any free cards. Alright, so this at least you don't have to burst your head trying to mod a free on it. You don't need it. You can do perfectly fine without any free cards. And we'll start with the names. I might butcher some of the names, but yeah. So the first one is Bolt of Baltac. This is my only non-heroic card that does damage. I would say 2 would be best, but I've had no trouble just having 1. So if we go into details on it, Enhance is Dr. Strange's unique trait. So for like 4 to 6 heroism, you get a damage buff of 198. The mod on it as well does another damage. If target is not at full health, you get another damage boost. For the next card, another key card he has as well, Agamotto's Gaze. For this one, when you draw the last 2 attacks played, and gives drawn attacks a damage boost as well. So how this works, the draw cards don't have to be Dr. Strange's himself, it could be your other teammates. So if Hunter uses 2 of his quick cards and you pull this card, you're going to get those quick cards back, and that's just another way you can optimize your damage. And another point to this as well, you start your next turn with 4 cards when you usually start with 3. So that's another bonus. For the mod on it, counter, honestly for the value you get without the mod, it's pretty good. So counter was just an added bonus, but I'm guessing you could also put draw on it as well. But I think that's more overkill. Next one is another value card he has, is a Straw Meditation. It restores, restores 2 combat items used this mission. As you watched any of my other videos, I use combat items quite often. If you use them properly, like that's the quickest way to end a mission. I would suggest you really pay attention to them. And for me personally, I never usually use more than 2. So basically when I have this card is I don't waste them. So I just get more and get more and get more. I don't really. So on that end, it's a pretty good card. And the mod on it is a draw card. It's perfect, works perfectly with it. Next one is Blessing of Vishanti. This is just a damage buff card. It gives you hero cards in your hand, 132 damage for the rest of the mission. Like I said, Dr. Strange is a support, and a good mod on it would be draw a card. It doesn't have to be Dr. Strange either, but that's the one I rolled. And now we start with the heroic abilities. I have like 4 on Dr. Strange. This first one is Axe of Angarulos. This is, in my opinion, a boss killer. As you can see, the enhance, it stacks twice, but at 396. So a full stack is really pushing 1000 damage, and I have the mod that adds another 132. And the real bonus with this one is that it has weak. So weak reduces offenses by 50%. When it comes to Transia, you're not one-shotting bosses, but anything below Transia, it's a one-shot, really. Or you're really taking a chunk of their health. And if they don't die, their offense is reduced by 50%. So, but a good skill that this works with is this one, Crimson Band of Cyteract. Well, I mean, like, it's a boss killer. If you have this card, it has vulnerability, so increases damage taken by another 50%. You're guaranteed to one-shot a boss if it's not in Transia, that's for sure. And a good mod on it is a draw card. But this combination is what I use for boss killers. And as well, this works with any other person in your team that has 1000 or more damage. And the next one would be his ultimate, the 7 Sons of Cinnabus. This, I put the vulnerability mod, because it's an AoE attack, right? And it stacks 3 times at 264, so this also can push 1000. As an AoE, it demolishes small, medium enemies. But like I said, if it's on Transia, it's taking a chunk out of their health. And if they survive, there's a chance of them being vulnerable. So that's a nice mod to have on it. And for the last one would be Shield of Seraphim. This is probably the only one I could say I could switch out for something else, but I'd just keep it to keep it. What it does is it applies 1 resist to Dr. Strange and his allies, and also cures everyone as well. More or less of the time I find myself redrawing it. So gain a counter it can be modified or changed, but I just leave it that way. I don't really stress too much on the mods. But like I said, with the setup I have already, it's pretty decent. It doesn't really change anything, but a redraw would be a better mod on it. Like, I don't use it as often because I have Hunter. But if I didn't have my Hunter, maybe, yeah. And yeah, that's it. Wait. And it's passive as well, which is greater good. 50% chance to generate 2 heroism each turn. So like I said, he's the... if you focus on pushing his heroism, Doctor Strange is a perfect setup for any team. And yeah, that part is just on the loadout. I wanted to do missions, but I think I'll just do a threat sector to showcase his moves. Combo items I'm using for it would be Fury Totem and Battlefield Scanner. Like I said, really pay attention to your combat items, don't overlook them. But I'll just showcase stuff here in the threat room. Honestly, if your build can't even do the threat room, I would suggest rethinking, or you're just doing something wrong.
A purely academic exercise. I can handle this. I'm afraid the odds still aren't in your favor.
Just cards. Like, I could have did that way differently.
Let's give it a go.
Just to showcase it, but like I said, I'm gonna put these all in the timestamps below. Apologies on the stumbling. I was just too tired to. Already had a headache to get this going live going, so. Bolt of Baltac. Alright, so third one's a good way to at least see the moves, get a feel for them. Like, I could spam this to generate heroism. Like I said, I don't have 2 attacks, I only have 1. I'm already maxed out, so the Eye of the Moto is kind of useless in a way. But on the next turn, I'll get 4.
Light shines on the most dutiful.
And you saw I used 2 of the items. I'm going to use the Astral Meditation.
Watch closely.
So here's back my 2 items. During missions, it just saves you time, honestly. So I'll just...
Watch and learn. It's for the best, trust me.
Oh my god. The Son of Cinnabis, 7 Sons of Cinnabis could use it, but it's an exhaust, so... And exhaust means once it's used, you can't reuse it for the elimination. Show Seraphim. Yeah, show Seraphim. Pretty sure all these. I don't know.
Let me show you the extent.
I'll put it that way.
Intend to make this as miserable as possible for you. Fair warning. Let me show you the way. You may wake up with a slight headache. Let's.
He doesn't get killed too many.
This one won't bother us again. Let's.
Combat items, man. Don't forget your combat items. It's fun.
Now you've done it.
The Seraphim. What else did I want to find out? I feel like if something I wanted to point out, I just don't know what it was. Alright. Oh. See, like here, the counter is gonna come in handy,
You
right?
should have that examined. It's in your hands to quit now. I am a sorcerer supreme. So, who wants to go first?
Say one thing, I do not have AoE. That's for sure.
By the will of the old gods. Just what this battle requires. Watch and learn. I truly doubt they're paying you enough for what's about to happen. Follow my
Yeah, just not here. Single target. Yeah, he's not good for doing this quickly. Like I said, the only AoE attack I have is Sons of Cinnabis, so.
This won't end.
But I'm definitely not dying.
Apparently our reputation isn't enough to scare off these so-called children of Lilith.
Well, let's see how much I could take after this. Popular shit is Seraphim.
Watch closely.
Hunter, I don't think Strange has any
This
other
is no
AoE
trifling matter.
attacks. And here's the bind, but I think they might die. No, they're not dying. So here's Crimson Bind.
Let me show you the way.
And that adds one ability.
I'm skeptical of
Then
your
a good
chances,
combo
but
with it would be the axe,
stranger
but
things
looks
have
like they're
happened.
gonna die anyway, right?
A moment.
Like that resist. For Transia, you definitely need that to pop up. It's just a nice way to survive.
Find a new line. You should have seen that at some point. You may wake up with a slight headache. It appears that I'm their central focus. Let's give it a go. This is no trifling matter.
Yeah, there's no way. Running low on cards on.
Let's.
But like I said, he doesn't have that AoE.
Lilith
It's like
doesn't care
senseless,
about you.
so this is always going to be long.
Time. I wouldn't get up if I were you. Let's give it a go. You've been deceived by Lilith, and it may very well cost you your life.
Show you the facts upon this.
Watch closely.
Love the animation on this, I'm not gonna lie.
Lilith doesn't care about you. I hope you realize that in time. Follow my movement.
Just have to do it one at a time.
You've been deceived by Lilith, and it may very well cost you your life. This won't end well for you.
I should have ended it earlier, just popped it. Pop it up the shield.
Apparently our reputation isn't enough to scare off these so-called children of Lilith.
That's just a small showcase. In the threat room, like I said, threat room is definitely not something to measure your... If you can't beat it, yes, I guess you could say it's a way to measure your deck build, but for Transia, it's not really a good one. Even on Ultimate 3, it doesn't seem that challenging, but like I said, anything above 100 CP, you shouldn't be struggling with much if your deck is decent. And yeah, so that was that. What else I could show? That would be my Dr.Strange, right? Yeah. Here we go. Just like on a final thought type move. Like, this is my hunter. I finally got him to 200 as well. I'm gonna have to update my other video. I'll put all that down in the comments and stuff. Or you can also put a link to the video. Like I said, my Dr.Strange works perfectly with my hunter. As you can see, my hunter does not have that much heroism patience. It goes down with each turn, so everything just complements my Strange. So this hunter setup with Strange works perfectly. I think my next live video will definitely be my Captain Marvel if I get her to 100. I'm pretty sure I could. This is a solid setup, but like I said, I'm kind of playing around with everybody right now, and just to get everyone to at least 10. But yeah, we'll see though. Like I said, this was going to be a short little stream. I want to start getting my YouTube live stuff going. And yeah, drop the thumbnail, I'll put the timestamps. Definitely don't forget to like, share the video for anyone that has Strange or interested in Strange. Honestly, if you do Transia and you have a Strange build, definitely link it in the comments. And yeah, just to keep that conversation going, because like I said, dev streams aren't really talking about it. And I don't know, just feels like another Marvel Avengers, where they just don't bother with the hard or challenging content and just totally dismiss it. But there's so much stuff that could be done with the game extra, but I guess it's for the devs to have that, I guess, will to do it. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna try and do these lives more often, but definitely thanks for sticking around, and yeah, take it easy.